All right, happy Tuesday night, everybody. Welcome on into the Arctic Air Studios, where, eventually the air is going to get Arctic, right? We are going to have winter, and at some point your heater is going to probably go, what? Huh? If it does, you need to call the bear, callthebear.com. Glad you're in the Arctic Air Studios with us, where the air is always absolutely perfect. We got the Tuesday daily broadcast tonight coming to you. We got Texas Tech football transfer portal, raiding the portal, taking whoever they want. How much does it cost? We don't care. Want a quarterback out of Wake Forest? No problem. Want a tight end? Yeah, no problem out of Louisiana. Want an offensive lineman? Apparently, allegedly, out of North Carolina? Yeah, you can get him too. Men's basketball rolled last night over ORU, as you well know, and the Lady Raiders beat Lamar today. That's an entire team, not just one guy or one dude or dudette, but an entire team in the annual education game where they truck in a bunch of like second graders and they make noise for no apparent reason whatsoever. Let me tell you right now, worst game ever to broadcast. As an announcer, worst game ever to broadcast. The headache lasts for days. And then finally, tonight on the show, it's that time, Tuesday's best. Give us the best Christmas movies all time, and we will debate, if you want to, Die Hard, Christmas movie or not. If you saw our 60 seconds of Raiderland commentary today, you already know where we are. So let's get it going tonight. You guys know what to do. In 3, in 2. Good evening, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt. TheRaiderland.com is where you go to start your day, get the hot links, and everything else we're doing during the day. Brought to you tonight by The Reserve. You know what The Reserve is? It's a culinary tavern. What does that mean? That means it's a cool, relaxing place to get an evening meal, maybe a brunch on the weekend, watch Texas Tech games, or just chill out. Great menu. It's kind of, it's kind of eclectic. It's kind of, funky. It's different. They got all sorts of different seasonal offerings. The cocktails are great. And again, the atmosphere is very laid back. 103rd and Slide Road. Cool thing. You can always go there. You can always see all the Tech games. It's not a sports bar, okay? So like if you're, guys, your wife didn't like to go to a sports bar or whatever and everything. I get that. I understand that. She'll love the Reserve. Also by the Shropshire Agency, independent, just like West Texans. Dang near 70 years of serving you guys here on the South Plains. Get your insurance needs started right in 2025. Call Jeff and his crew at the Shropshire Agency. All communications brought to you on the chat line, whether you're on Twitter X, whether you're on YouTube, whether you are on Facebook Live. By United Supermarkets. 'Tis the season, right? Go get you some eggnog, lay that in, get whatever else you need, and then start like pre-shopping for Christmas. Trust me. Nobody does it, but we all say, yeah, let's get this laid in early, right? Let's make it happen. So all the communication brought to you by the grocery store in West Texas and beyond that, they send their money down the street to Tech. There's another store in town that takes your money and they slap their name all over stuff on the 40 acres in Austin. Choose wisely, my friends. All right, so let's get to it. Tech and the transfer portal doing a great job right now on the football side. We can update that. I want to get your thoughts on that. Are you surprised at what Texas Tech is able to do right now? Are you impressed? Are you surprised? It doesn't. That we still have a lot of Tech fans out there that think Tech doesn't have money. Tech has money. Now it's legal. NIL, now it's legal. Tech has plenty of money. It's all about identifying, recruiting, and then getting those people to buy in and come out to West Texas and go, all right, I'll do that for whatever you're offering. We can get your thoughts on men's basketball. No topping last night, no surprise. They beat a team badly that they should beat badly, and that's good. And then the other topic tonight, let's roll with this right now. Tuesday's best. You give us the 2 best Christmas movies all time. We can break this down any way you want it. We can do movies, TV specials, animated, claymation, otherwise, you tell me. Phineas and Ferb Christmas special where they build a clubhouse for Santa Claus. It's a spa. It's a clubhouse. Either way, one of the great ones. Arthur Christmas, one of the best new Christmas movies in the last 20 years. I stand by that. It gets better every time I see it. Arthur Christmas has moved high up the list. And then there's one movie that must be on everybody's list. If it is not, your list is incomplete. And I think we know what it is. And then finally, we dove into it today on the 60 Seconds commentary. You know, Die Hard, Christmas movie or not? I'll tell you right now, Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. Die Hard is a movie that is filmed around Christmas, but Christmas is not central to the story. Could have been at any other time of the year. You don't watch necessarily Die Hard and think Christmas. Just like Jerry Maguire, not a sports movie. Jerry Maguire, a romantic chick flick that had some sports in it. I got sucked into going to that on a date, learned my lesson. So, best Christmas movies all time, and then we can just branch out from there. What's your thoughts on what Tech's doing in the portal? I'll give you a few updates, and maybe you missed it. Let's get the comments going tonight. Craig, the talking box is on. Facebook first in tonight. Here's to our Facebook Live people. If you're not following us on Facebook, if you're on Facebook, follow our page, Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland on Facebook. It's easy to do, not hard. And again, follow on all of our platforms that don't cost anything. Chris is next up. He's on Twitter X. That's where you find us, at Ryan Hyatt Media. Again, free, doesn't cost anything. And even if you're not active on Twitter, follow us there. Might be good. Bad Santa, jumping the shark to the last topic. Bad Santa, one of the best Christmas movies? Fascinating. Craig, if Die Hard is a Christmas movie, then The Gremlins is a Christmas movie. I see what you did there. And then finally, Jakob's view on YouTube. By the way, we're on YouTube. Everybody subscribe to our YouTube channel. Doesn't cost anything. Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland. Easy to do. Fantastic. You're on X. Still sound great. Half of, I can't even read what that is. Half of move something. I don't know. Something. So you guys get it. So Die Hard. If Die Hard is a Christmas movie, Gremlin's a Christmas movie. A Christmas movie has to revolve entirely, in my view, in my opinion, completely 100% around Christmas. Everything is centered around Christmas. The Die Hard movie is not centered around Christmas. It occurs at Christmas. Those are two different things. Wake Forest quarterback Mitch Griffis yesterday announcing that he's coming to Texas Tech. You shore up the quarterback room. Obviously, you're going to have Baron Morton back coming off shoulder surgery. The clock is ticking on him. From what I'm hearing right now, it sounds like he probably didn't even participate in spring drills. So it's a summer deal when you get him back. Will Hammond will be back. You add Mitch Griffis in. You get the kid out of Friendship. You got 4 in the quarterback room. Okay, that's about as good as it gets now in college football. All right. The interesting thing today is you get a big tight end out of Louisiana. What he had 684 receiving yards. Terrence Carter Jr., 6'4", big tight end, proven commodity. You get him in. Then we are hearing today, as we go through, that there is an offensive lineman out of UNC, that would be North Carolina, who says, I don't think I want to play for Bill Belichick. I would rather play for Joey McGuire. I believe On3.com is reporting that's the destination. We'll see how quickly that gets confirmed. Either way, right now, Texas Tech is, by almost every metric I've seen within the Big 12, doing better in the Big 12 than any other team in the portal. And hopefully this is one more, again, I'm going to say it so many times you're going to get sick of it, that Texas Tech fans will get over this idea that you're poor. You're not poor. You got money. The NIL stands for now it's legal. And you got the money to do it. And you go toe-to-toe with these other programs, and they look at the facilities, they look at what you've got out here, and you can get them. Favorite 2 Christmas movies: National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation and Elf. 2 solid. They would probably be in my top 10. No, not probably. They're in my top 10 all time for sure. Christmas Vacation above Elf. Elf toggles and wanders a little bit for me at different times. depending on how pissed off I am at Will Ferrell. But Christmas Vacation, gold standard. I have a Christmas decoration. It's about yay big, and it's the Christmas tree from Christmas Vacation. It lights up. There's a squirrel in the tree and the cat, and then there's Clark, plugging in the deal. It's a really cool thing. It tells you where I rank Christmas Vacation. The best of all the vacation movies. Not even close. Let's see. Get those comments rolling in. I want a lot of football talk tonight. Basketball, your thoughts. I want Die Hard, yes or no. I want top Christmas movies. I want you guys to take advantage of the time we have together. Thanks to United Supermarkets on the chat line as we hang out here in the Arctic Air Studios. Brought to you by The Reserve, a culinary tavern, which is fantastic. I think they also signed a quarterback on signing day 2. Yeah, did I lose track of one? I don't think that was Holden. So, yeah, they may have signed a quarterback on that. High school signing, I really don't care that much. David Collier is the sports director at KMAC 28, your ABC affiliate in Lubbock, Texas. Red Raider Nation. A connoisseur of movies. He has his own call-in show, talk show in the mornings from oh, hell. What time are you on, Collier? 10, 9. 9 to 11. 9 to 11. I'd like to make a suggestion, says Collier. I think Texas Tech should put an oil derrick on top of the new Womble Football Center. Anytime they get a new portal, commit oil shoots out of the top like a pope in smokes signals. Habemus Papus, Latin. Habemus Papus. We have a pope. Habemus Sinus. We have a signee. And the oil just shoots out of the derrick. I see where you're going with that. I have no problems with that. Why the hell not? Get it sponsored. I guess we know who's going to sponsor it. Jeff, going old school. It's a Wonderful Life, Miracle on 34th Street. All right. So we're talking the greatest Christmas movies, Christmas specials. TV could be thrown in there. Animated claymation. We can break it out. You can do whatever you want to. It's a Wonderful Life is the gold standard. One of the best movies ever made. All right. There's Donna Reed. One of the best movies ever made, let alone one of the best Christmas movies ever made. That's right. That's right. Every time Duke loses, an angel gets their wings. That's right. So It's a Wonderful Life is up here, way up here for me. Now we come back down, and then we get into the other movies about Christmas and everything else. Miracle on 34th Street. A lot of people consider it kind of a gold standard as well. It stands at one of the greatest portrayals of Santa Claus by the actor whose name I just absolutely eradicated from my mind. But probably one of the best movie Santa Clauses that set for years and years what people thought Santa Claus looked like. So I'll give you that. The movie itself, yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus. If that cat had 9 lives, he used them all up. Christmas Vacation. Chris, how did the floor get wet, Todd? I don't know, Margot. I mean, before she was Elaine, before she was really famous on Saturday Night Live, there was Julia Louis-Dreyfus in that movie. The ultimate yuppie couple of the 80s. There's so much going on in Christmas Vacation that is just a snapshot of our entire world from about 85 to 88. I think the movie comes out in 89, 88, 89. That's our world. If you're me, that's our world, baby. Let's go. That's Chris getting in on Twitter, at Ryan Hyatt Media. Everybody who's on YouTube, slide on over, like us on Twitter, follow us at Ryan Hyatt Media. Everybody who's on Facebook, do the same thing. Now, everybody on Twitter, we got like 7,500 people on Twitter. I want you guys to sign up, really, please, on our YouTube channel, particularly. Like it, everybody watching on YouTube, if you could just click like and maybe share, that'll make my wife feel good that I'm doing this right now. All right. Does high school recruiting even matter anymore? The number of homegrown recruits to actually see the field someday seems low. I think it still does, and certainly in certain positions. I think if you can get and hold on to and groom good offensive linemen, good defensive linemen, I think that matters. There are other positions that can play faster. Receiver, certainly not in the case of Micah Hudson. Good luck down in College Station. We wish you well. But there are a few places where you can have position players play, I think, more on offense, receiver, and occasionally running back. But for the most part, Ryan, you're correct that you take, I think, between 10 and 15 high school kids, try to hold on to them. But, you know, this is turning into a little bit of a baseball deal for me, that you watch them grow up and you identify them, can they play, and they play somewhere else lower, and you move them up through the minors. You move them up through Miami of Ohio. You move them up through Wake Forest. I'm just using Wake Forest. That you do it that way. Ryan, I agree with you that I don't think high school recruiting is going to matter that much until we have a collectively bargain agreement and the players are unionized, and then we have less movement because you're signing 2 and 3 year deals. Okay. You're signing a rookie contract. I'm going to control you for 3 years. Then it's going to flip back and it's really going to matter. Just like in the NFL, you win with players on their rookie contract. But until we get to that point, you're right. Jalapeno Burger 46, A Christmas Story with a Leg Lamp. I appreciate it now more. For the first 25, 30 years it was out, it didn't do much for me. I mean, we've all seen it. I've seen it. You can't miss it, right? It runs for 48 hours straight. But when it came out, let's see, I think I was in the 7th or 8th grade. And we saw it and we're just like, okay. Had to circle back and come back to it, I think maybe with a little more maturity, and go, okay, some of the stuff is funny. And now you relate more to the parents and everything else. I don't have it in my personal top 10. If you have it in yours, I understand why. Jelly of the Month Club, Clark, that's the gift that keeps on giving. Favorite scene from Christmas Vacation, the sledding scene, where they run into a Walmart when a lot of America had no idea what a Walmart was. You know? Trace, that's funny. A movie that occurs at Christmas, not a Christmas movie. Another one off YouTube. We love the YouTube people. Everybody on YouTube, you're liking it. Thumbs up. You're sharing it. You're inviting people in. It's greatest Christmas movies, favorite Christmas movies. Nobody's wrong. Everybody's right. Arthur Christmas, anybody? I've got a couple that you probably don't have on yours. We're talking about Tech and the portal football. Are you guys surprised at the success Tech is having? And then if you want to talk about basketball, the big thing is, when does JT Toppin get back for the men? And the Lady Raiders survived the billion second graders at the United Supermarkets Arena today. God bless Chuck Hines and Mark Finkner. I hated calling that game. I did about 4 or 5 of those. Thank God they weren't very popular back when I was doing it. They're awful. They start early, which sucks. And then the cacophony of sound is hideous. Right now, Mark Finkner has a headache that you can't believe. And you can't ride down your mics low enough to get over it. What better way, by the way, to reinforce the idea of education than taking kids out of school? If Die Hard is a Christmas movie, then Grumpy Old Men is a holiday classic. Quality. I'll give you that. All right. Good chance for you guys to get in right now on the United Supermarkets Market Street Amigos chat line. Tell us what you're thinking tonight. Terrence Carter Jr., big tight end signee today. Another top by his position in the portal yesterday. Wake Forest quarterback Mitch Griffiths, and we are awaiting confirmation on perhaps another offensive lineman. This time it looks like out of North Carolina is what we're seeing. And if David Collier's still there, he's driving home right now. He got done with the 6 o'clock, did the promos for 10. He's driving home. He is there in the car. He is going to see his family. Maybe if you've got something more on that since I've started, you can let us know. Once we kind of get committed to doing this, it's hard to keep up with a lot of stuff in real time. I apologize for that. Sometimes you guys have more in front of you than I do, and that's okay. So, Christmas movies, Christmas specials, Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas. We did a show 21 years ago, 21, maybe 22, radio show, me and Don Williams. And I was utterly blown away one night when everybody started commenting about this Christmas special called Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas. It's kind of a Muppet deal thing that came out in the 80s, and I'd never seen it. I had no idea what we were talking about. And people are going crazy about this thing. That to the point that somebody brought and dropped off at the radio station a DVD, either 2003 or 2 or whatever year it was, of the Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas special. Totally missed out on that in my deal. Timbo's on YouTube. That's our channel, Not a Drug. He's Austin. Does that mean you're in Austin, by the way? By the way, I love the Avatar, whatever we call these things now, with the real double T. Agree on Bad Santa as long as no family members are watching. It was funny. I liked it. I mean, you know, I laughed and everything else. It's not in my list of great Christmas movies or whatever. It's just funny. Surprised Tech hasn't targeted a running back in the portal yet. Maybe they have, maybe they've not. I think they really feel good about Williams coming back. You know? So, if non-conference football is to find your identity and be ready for Big 12, are we there yet? Oh, non-conference basketball. Sorry. I don't feel like it. Jeff, you were correct. This schedule was an abomination from the get-go. I understand why with the turnover and roster and a couple of things that have gone on the last 2 years. But this schedule did this team no favors. It has set them back. They had very few opportunities to make any sort of statement RPI win and get ready. The losses they have are not good. St. Joe's, not good. A&M, not horrible, but not good. It's not like a quad one. At least A&M right now is projected to be an NCAA tournament team. But this schedule was horrible. I agree. And now you go into the Big 12 that in a year where everybody's saying the SEC is what the Big 12 has been the last 5 or 6 years, you may not get the huge bump that you get just by showing up in the league. You put yourself behind the 8 ball. The non-conference schedule has to get better, 100%. Michael, what is your favorite movie based on Christmas time that is not a Christmas movie? I'm going to parse a little bit here and say I believe it's a Christmas movie, but some would say it's not a Christmas movie, yet it's still based around Christmas, and yet it's still based about a Christmas movie. Nicolas Cage, Tia Leone, and Family Man came out in the early 2000s. Really good movie. If you want to argue to me that it's about man's struggle with himself and understanding who he is, and it just happens to be at Christmas, okay, might give you that. But favorite movie based on Christmas that is not a Christmas movie, I don't know what that would be. Maybe Die Hard. It could very well be Die Hard. Boris Karloff as the Grinch, only show about the Grinch that I will watch. Well, you're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. You really are. Anyways. Trace, my number one is Scrooged. Hard to beat. Bill Murray. Classic with an all-star cast. Bobcat Goldthwait. Scrooged. I forget about that one. I'll give you that, Trace. That it's, and probably if I watched it now, I don't remember the last time I watched it, that I would probably give it more credit now than I did in the Scrooged era. I'll allow that. We're talking best Christmas movies. We're talking Transfer Portal, Texas Tech. Are you surprised, impressed? Anything regarding what football is doing right now? Tech basketball thoughts? Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? You tell us, whatever you're doing here. Good call on Scrooged. Jeff on 3 thinks we're a landing spot for a running back from Maryland. Bring him on in. Got plenty of room. Make more money. Timbo, I have been in what should be the separate city of South Austin for 31 years. Thanks for sharing West Texas online. Thank you for being out there. And that's one of the things we love about doing what we do. You know, for years we did radio out here, obviously, and everything else. And then, you know, the power of the internet, you know, stream it, everything else. Now, the ability to do what we do to, you know, like we're doing tonight, engaging in one-on-one conversation, the interactivity of it, the immediacy of it, and just everybody can be a part of it and reach so many more people than terrestrial radio could ever have done here in the Hubaplex. And some people are like, well, why don't you do radio anymore? Because I have a bigger platform. You guys give me a bigger platform every night, every day with theraiderland.com, with what we do on all our broadcast platforms. And it's staggering to me how many more people we reach every day than what we used to do on just plain old terrestrial radio. And I think you guys, like Tim right there in Austin, you know, I know Trace is down Central Texas, Austin area. I have no idea where Jared is, but you know, Jeff, he's probably in Wolford or something. Charlie Brown Christmas, you can't beat Linus in the spotlight. Doesn't anybody know the real meaning of Christmas? You know, they thought it was going to be a disaster, that show, and it's still great. It's the greatest TV special of all time. After that, we get into Santa Claus is Coming to Town, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the Frosty the Snowman TV special, horrible. You know? Damon, A Long Kiss Goodnight is like Die Hard. That is a movie that's set at Christmas time, but not a Christmas movie, but still like both of them at Christmas time. And that's fair. That's okay. 100%. He's under the golden arches in St. Louis. No, they're not golden. I have never seen the arches of St. Louis. I've been to St. Louis, flown into it, driven out of it, driven into it, never seen the arches. But see, like we would never, you know, terrestrial radio or otherwise, really have the impact that we're having right now. And, you know, I appreciate what you guys do. Here's something you guys can do for me if you enjoy the show. Go online, get on Facebook, Twitter, whatever. Look for our sponsors, like The Reserve, a culinary tavern. They're on Facebook. Shropshire Agency in Lubbock. They're on Facebook. Go to their page and say, thank you for supporting Raiderland. We appreciate it. Anything like that. And I'm going to say, not just for my show, but any media you like that does stuff like this, that has sponsors, seek them out, buy their stuff when you can, if you can. But the very least you can do, you know? And if like 5 or 10 people out of the 500 to 1,000 people that'll watch this show tonight, when it's all said and done on live and replay, if like 5 or 10 people just do that and go to our sponsors United Supermarkets, Market Street, and just say, thanks for supporting Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland. That's one of the biggest things you can do, because it reinforces and it gives to them, that feedback that, hey, we actually, we're making a difference. Now, I want you to buy their products. I want you to do their stuff, There you go. Trey, Star Wars Christmas special, the absolute worst of them all. Thank goodness I do not remember this. I hope that was a bad TV idea. I mean, the band Kiss and their Halloween special, greatness in the 70s. But Star Wars Christmas special, yeah, that didn't sound like it was a good deal at all. It's a Wonderful Life, all-time best. I ain't kidding when I say Arthur Christmas. If you've not seen it, if you don't have kids or grandkids, you need to check it out. They'll love it. Family Man is on my list. Christmas Vacation. Elf is right in through there. Then we get into the different ones. We go through there. Charlie Brown Christmas Special, the best. Santa Claus is Coming to Town after that one. Which that's got the weird 60s LSD marriage scene in it. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, right in there. I mean, all the claymation. If you're a kid of the 60s or 70s, like myself, all of the claymation stuff, you look back on it fondly, you go, it was beautiful. It was cool. It was good white stuff. I said good white stuff because he goes, green, white, checkered. Yes, green, white, checkered. For those who don't remember, green, white, checkered. Okay, what do we got? Anything? Last questions? Last questions? What you got for me tonight before we get out of here? We'll post this at theraiderland.com. You guys can share it on all of your social media. Tomorrow, it's What If Wednesday. We ask a question, alt history. What if something different happened in the world of sports? And you guys can tell us what you think might have happened. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you guys hanging out with us during the show, during the broadcast, and everything else. Please support all of our sponsors and everybody who makes this happen, and follow us on Twitter at Ryan Hyatt Media. If you hadn't signed up for our YouTube channel, it don't cost nothing. Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland on YouTube, and everybody watching on YouTube, click like and share and all that stuff. It's really cool. Look at that, YouTube. I love it on the comments. All right, it's about that time. Let's see what happens tomorrow. We'll see you then. And be sure and hang out with us in the morning for Raiderland Hot Links and more at theraiderland.com.